Okay, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Start with the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. I'm Zahur Islam, and today my lecture is the methods used for the manufacture of the tablets. In this lecture we will discuss about the different preparation methods, how we can prepare different type of tablets by different methods which are used to manufacture it. This is the content, definition of the tablet, wet granulation, dry granulation and dry compressions. So tablet can be defined as tablet is a pharmaceutical dosage forms, or you can say tablet is a solid unit dosage form which is intended for oral administration. So this is the simple definition of the tablet. So it comprises of the mixture of active substances and excipients. It means that when we are going to prepare a tablet, so there must be the presence of active substances and excipients, usually in powder form. First they are compacted into solid dose. There are different type of excipients which are used in the manufacturings of tablets. The first one is diluents, binders or granulating agents, gladants and lubricants to ensure the efficient tableting. The second one is disintegrates. So why disintegrates they are used, and others disintegrate they are used in order to promote the tablet breakup in the digestive tract. It's either the tablet is break up in the digestive tract or not. If it doesn't, so it means that there is some problems in the formulations. The third one is sweeteners or flavoring agents. So they are also used to enhance the taste and as well as the palatability of the dosage form, while the fourth one is polymer coating. So why polymer coating is given to the tablet? Because it is to be applied to make the tablet smoother and easier. They become easy for the patient to solve it. The second advantage of polymer coating is to control the release rate of the active ingredient to make it more resistant to the environment. So this is the second advantage of the polymer coating. The steps which are used in the manufacturing process of the tablet. So there are three methods by which the tablet can be manufactured. The first one is wet granulation, the second one is dry granulation, and third is dry compression. Manufacturing process is dependent on several factors, including the compression properties of the therapeutic agents, the particle size of the therapeutic agent, as well as the excipients and the chemical stability of the therapeutic agent during manufacturing process. So there are several factors. These are the factors which are very important during manufacturing, so you should take much care about this. It may include the compression property of the therapeutic agent. So the agent which you are going to compress, so it must be of quality, and the particle size of the therapeutic agent. This is the second one. This is the second factor, and the third one is, you can say, excipient, while the fourth one is the chemical stability of the therapeutic agents during the manufacturing process. Now come toward the manufacture of the tablet steps. These are the different steps which are given here. So these are the following steps which are involved in the manufacturing of tablets. The first one is mixing. So first of all, I'm going to mix the therapeutic agent with the excipient, so it must be compatible with them. So first of all, I will mix the therapeutic agent with the excipients, and then the granules of the mixed powders, granulation process, which is also very important. So granules, they are usually formed from mixing powders, but this step escape in direct compression. This is not performed in direct compression, while they are applicable for the wet granulation process as well as dry granulation process. The third one is mixing of powder or granules with each others like excipients. So the powders or the granules, it will be mixed with What will be mixed with excipients, mostly the lubricants which we are used and the manufacturing of tablets. The fourth one is compression into tablets, and the fifth one is the then we can and step number 4, we will compress the tablet. The fifth one is the detail of each of these steps will vary depending upon the manufacturing methods used. Now there are different type of methods which are used in the manufacturing process. So the first one is wet granulation methods. So wet granulation method, it is the most commonly used method for the manufacturing of the tablet. Water is frequently used as the granulation fluid, and heat is given to the dry the form granules. So it is important to ensure the therapeutic agent is chemically stable during granulation process. The wet granulation exhibit the sufficient mechanical property to be subsequently exposed to the other unit operations, for example film coating tablets. Tablet quality is directly affected by the choice in the concentration of binder, that which kind of binder you are used in the tablet formulations, and the type in the volume of the granulation fluid. Due to the number of unit operation required the manufacturing of the tablet by wet granulation is not efficient in other method, for example dry compressions. So it depends upon the choice in the concentration of the binder which you use. So you are responsible to control the overall parameters whenever we are going to whenever we are going to manufactures any solid dosage form. So everything that is directly depend upon on you, that how much quantity you are going to add the binders or volume. So this is very important. So you are the man responsible person, but for manufacturing, during manufacturing process, so a technical person is required. To perform this, to operate the different machines, for examples. Now what are the advantages and disadvantages of wet granulation method? So the first advantage of the wet granulation method is to reduce the separation or segregation of the formulation components during the storage and processing, because it directly leading to reduce the enter and enter batch variability. So there may be chances of fluctuation and different batches which you are going to prepare. So the second one is it uses low concentration of therapeutic agents. This is the advantage of wet granulation steps. It is not dependent on the inclusion special grades of excipients. So they are not dependent on the inclusion of the special grades of excipients. A spray dried excipients used in direct compression methods. One in step number, so this is number 4. The tablet produced by wet granulation, they are willing to post processing unit operation, for example tablet coating technique. So it play a very key role there. So it means that tablet can be produced by wet granulations. They are willing to post processing. So further you can process it with unit operation, for example as we have discussed, and tablet coating technique. What are the disadvantages of the wet granulation method? So it is several processing steps. You will have to force the tablet from various steps. So this is very laborious process, long-term process. It is several processing steps. Solvents are required, and this lead to a number of concerns. For example, there may be chance of drug degradation may occur in the presence of solvents. So this is also one of the disadvantage, that the drug may deteriorate, the drug may degrade may occur in the presence of solvent. This is particularly relevant if the water is used as a granulation medium due to susceptibility of subject to hydrolysis, and there may be a kind of different type of reactions, chemical reaction in the form of hydrolysis, or you can say the products may be degrade. So these are the disadvantages of the wet granulation methods. Next, Now, to overcome this concern, a hydroalcoholic water alcohol, or you can say an alcohol, ethanol or isopropyl or prophenols granulation medium should be used. The drug must be soluble in the granulation fluid. During the drying process, the drug will then precipitate, crystallize, resulting in possible changes in the polymorphic form. If the drug and some excipient soluble in the granulation medium, subsequent drying will result in deposition of these components on the surface of insoluble particle, and in so doing, and this may enhance the hardness of the granules. So these are also come under the category of disadvantages, and heat is required to remove the solvent. So heat is also a very important factor. So this may result in degradation of the thermolabile therapeutic agents. So there are some agents there are some agents which can degrade. These are, you can say, heat sensitive material. So it's a therapeutic agent, they are heat sensitive, so it must be degraded. There may be chances of degradation, or you can say spoilage, splitting. In addition, drying is costly operation, and furthermore, if alcohol are used in granulation medium, so you can say there are issues regarding solvent recovery and flammability. This is the second step, which is called dry granulation method. So in dry granulation method, when the tablet ingredient are sensitive to moisture and unable to withstand elevated temperature during drying, and when the tablet ingredient have insufficient cohesive property, slugging may be used to form granules. So this technique is used in preparation of aspirin, and you can say combination with acetophenetidine. So there are some tablets which can be prepared by dry granulation methods and wet granulation methods. So the granules that become wet here, and dry granulation, the granules that becomes dry. So the technique is used in the preparation of especially the aspirins tablets. They are preferred by dry granulation technique. Excipient used in this methods, what are the different excipients? So here we are using diluents, or you can say pale anhydrous lactose, lactose monohydrate, starch, dibasic calcium phosphate, and MCC methyl. So MCC they are also used. The second one is disintegrant. So disintegrant, the classical example of disintegrant, these are starch. We are usually used MCC, sodium starch glycolate, and crosscarmellose sodium and crosspovidones. So these are different disintegrated. As usually we are using different type of disintegrant like starch, methyl cellulose, and sodium starch glycolate. These are commonly used. The third one is lubricant. So lubricant, the basic classical example of lubricant, that is magnesium stearate or stearic acid stearates, glyceryl fatty acid ester, and polyethylene stearates acetylase. So these are used as a lubricant in order to reduce the fraction. So as we have already discussed in our previous lectures, pharmaceutical excipients which are used in various formulations. Glidants. So glidants, talcums. Talc is used. Colloidal silicon dioxide, they are also used as a glidant. Miscellaneous excipients, colorants, and sweetening agents. So they are usually used in the dry granulation. Now what are the advantages and disadvantages of the dry granulation methods? So in dry granulation method, these are the advantages. So this technique is popularity has decreased in recent year, having been superseded by direct compressions. However, both slugging and roller compaction, they are still employed in tablet manufacturers. So this is these are some, you can say, advantages and disadvantages. Were used and some methods were used direct compressions methods. The advantages are merits of dry granulation method is both rollers, compaction and slugging require conventional grade of excipients, while these methods they are not generally associated with alteration in drug morphology during processing, and no heat or solvent they are required. So these are the advantages of the dry granulation methods. Disadvantages of dry granulation methods. These are the disadvantages which I am going to mention here. The first one is specialist equipments as required for granulations by roller compactions. So they are required. This is the disadvantage. While the separation of the components may occur during post mixing, segregations sometime there is occur segregation or separation of components may be occur during post mixing. There may be issue regarding powder flow, so there may be certain problem during there may be occur some issues regarding the powder flow. So in order to enhance the flow, so we are use different type of you can say colorants, lubricants and talcum, etc. The final tablets they are produced by dry granulation tend to be softer than those produced by wet granulations. So these steps I have already explained in the wet granulation process. So here the final tablet produced by dry granulation tend to be softer, and those produced by wet granulation rendering them more difficult to process using post tableting technique, for example film coating. And the fifth disadvantage is slugging will be occur. Slugging and roller compaction lead to the generation of the considerable dust. Therefore, there may be reduction in the yield and the production of the tablet. So it also come under the category of disadvantage. And inshallah in next lecture so I will discuss about the direct compression method, that how the tablet can be formulated by compression method. Thank you so much.